Should have
Falcons
hired
to
Bill
me is
Belichick.
like they equivalent to a 6'10" guy on a basketball court that can't dunk. That's what they remind me of. Like just tall for nothing. Like all that talent, man. All that
That's
talent.
crazy.
And and they got people in the chat at the beginning of the season when I was talking to y'all about Raheem Morris. Oh man, TJ, he hating on us. He know what we about to be. Welcome to the party.
I think this.
Welcome.
But still, they stood like, despite the fact they should at least have more than 3 wins.
I think Raheem's. I think Raheem Morris is a fantastic defensive mind.
Oh yeah,
okay, because that defense has been humming all year, right? But again, you need a good OC to balance that out. And whenever you're a defensive-minded head coach, Raheem failed on this hire, and it very well might cost him his job.
But all right, fellas, let's go ahead and let's get into the first game here. Oh, Berto, you got a question?
Somebody in the chat, shout out Nikki. What's going on? I'm still not tripping, bro. She told me to say, I gotta say, it's a staple of mine. So I'm not tripping, bro.
You're not tripping, bro? I don't know. You're gonna be tripping pretty soon if you ain't tripping yet, Berto.
Would you stop?
You're gonna be tripping soon, bro. You're gonna be
Go ahead
tripping
and start getting those mock drafts ready.
Getting those mock drafts ready. I thought you guys were on a top 10 pick.
No, we don't. Thank you. I'll let me be the insider in that one, but no, we don't. And you know
what?
Like
first round pick.
Is it a Rams?
Top 10 picks. Is that the Rams that playing against the Buccaneers?
Fact,
the Rams got y'all first round pick, right?
Yeah,
they do. They do.
Oh,
Absolutely
so
do.
They have it because
man.
of damn wow. So you don't
I can't say this to y'all, but I'm gonna say this to Clay. Clay, go to hell.
Wow, y'all even got a first round pick this year, and it's down. That's crazy. But all right, let's get into the first game here. Of course, we got Sunday Night Football. We got Tampa Bay. We got the Rams. James, what are you expecting to happen in this one?
Oh man, why? Why do we have to do this?
Why?
I mean, it's another freaking tough matchup here for the Bucs. It's on Sunday Night Football against the LA Rams, who look great. I mean, Stafford looks like a leading MVP candidate right now. This offense is humming. Colby, come on now. But look, the Rams are a really good football team right now, and this is going to be another thing where it's like, can the Bucs actually be a great football team? Because that's what I consider the Rams right now. They've got pieces all over the board. You take a look at their roster. I mean, Stafford, Kieran Williams, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Defensively, Kobe Turner is a dog. Jared Verse. They've got a lot of pieces, right? So this is going to be a tough game at the end of it. This is going to be a very, very tough game. It's away as well. The Bucs have played better away than they have played at home this year. But losing 3 out of their last 4, I hope they come into this game pissed off, right? Because if they drop this one to the LA Rams, Carolina wins, you're looking at being in second place right there. Now, the schedule does get easier after this game, but, this is one where you really want to see them come out there, get a win, especially in prime time, and make a statement, I think. It would be a very, very important thing to say. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bucs win this one. I'm going to go ahead and think that they make a statement here on prime time. Look, the Rams have been looking very good. They've won 5 in a row recently. I think the Bucs shock them and at least get one win against a great team under their belt here and get back into the win column for the first time in a couple of weeks.
All right, so we have James taking his Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Rams on Sunday Night Football. A little jab there, Drake made, but I'll let it pass. Clay, let's go on over to you. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough matchup, especially when you're going up against Matthew Stafford at home, who's playing like a man possessed right now. 27 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, 112.7 passer rating right now, which is wild. So it's basically Stafford versus Bucs defense. Like, is this Tampa Bay's defense? Is it going to get shredded? I don't know. If they don't get pressure on Stafford, Stafford's timing, getting the ball out to, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, right? The Bucs don't have a great track record of stopping these high-powered passing attacks, right, on the road. The Rams backfield, they love to chew up clock, open up the play-action pass, and that's what the Rams like to do for the most part. So they'll probably try to make Baker Mayfield's life miserable, especially because of that defense that the Rams have, just like the guys that James was mentioning. But I think the Rams are just too hot right now, and they're at home. They're a well-disciplined football team. Stafford isn't making any mistakes right now. We see that. I think Tampa keeps it close, but you can't overcome the efficiency of a Rams team that they are right now. And I think the Rams are Super Bowl contenders right now. So I'm going to take the Rams in this, but I think it's close.
All right, Clay's going to take the Rams. Berto, let's go down to you. Who are you taking?
I'm going to take the Rams on this one. I think it's going to be too much firepower for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who lost Jamel Dean. And now you have Puka Nacua, Devontae, Curran Williams, man, Tutu Atwell. You got an explosive offense on that side. And not to mention, the Rams defense has been humming all year. Chris Shula, a hot coaching candidate next year, has these guys playing at an elite defensive metric right now. So give me the LA Rams. And I'll give a score prediction too, man. I'll do 34-24 Rams.
34-24 Rams. All right, TJ, where are you going?
I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game.
Wow.
And the reason why is I look at the Rams. I've been watching them over the last couple of weeks. A lot of the times they've been capitalizing on turnovers. I mean, you had 4 interceptions last week against Sam Darnold. And, anytime like you have those many turnovers in a game, your team more than likely is going to lose. It's going to come down to Tampa playing some mistake-free football, running the football, controlling the clock, and also just not allowing that pressure to get to them. But I think that they can. It's just something about, Baker Mayfield in these type of games. He always seems to rise to the occasion. I mean, even last week, you had Josh Allen who played really well, but, they were still there in the game. So I feel like Tampa has what it takes to beat the Rams. I think they have like this tenacity and this never say die attitude, and that's what you need when you're going up against the Rams. Like, I think that the Rams win a lot of games like before the whistle even blown because how talented they are and offensively how much of a juggernaut they've been this season. But I don't think that Tampa will fear them, and I think they'll play formidable, and I think they'll come down to a possession. And I've seen Baker Mayfield put the team on his back in those type of moments, so I'm gonna go with Tampa.
All right, TJ's going to go with Tampa. Let us know who you guys are taking in the comment section below for what is expected to be a great game. Let's go on over here to the Carolina Panthers coming off a big win. Feels like one week you guys are winning, the next week you guys are losing. You're going up against the 49ers, who have been pretty good this season despite the amount of injuries that they've had. And so, what are you expecting to happen with this one?
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. The biggest thing for Carolina is going to have to be stopping CMC, right? Because our front seven is going to have to fill the gaps. We're going to have to stay disciplined. We're going to have to resist biting on those misdirections that they love to run. McCaffrey can run, he can catch. We know him very well, obviously, having that history. He'll be doing all 3 of different points in this game. But if the Panthers let him dictate the pace, this will be a long night. I did predict earlier when I did my earlier predictions, I did say, through the year of breaking down our schedule on my channel, I did say that there's a few games that I see Carolina winning, right? That they're not supposed to, like the Green Bay game, for example. And this is one of them. I think the thing is that you got to keep Bryce Young alive. You've got to keep him upright. You got to keep him pushing the ball down the field like we saw against Atlanta. Canales needs to just continue to open up this offense and just let him go out there and try to make plays. Again, all I'm asking for the kid is from Bryce is being consistent. Again, I said earlier in the show that we have to get back to establishing the run game. Again, Daddle and Hubbard, you have to move the chains to make this 49ers defense honest. So we got to get back to that, especially Bryce Jones starts getting consistent and the run game can get back to somewhat what it was. You can be a really efficient football team on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, you got to disrupt McCaffrey, force him to the outside, make him one-dimensional. Don't let him dictate the tempo. Purdy's efficient, so we definitely need to create some takeaways without, gambling too much. And I think this one's going to be a war. I think we have a lot of momentum right now. I know that San Francisco is kind of getting themselves back healthy, but they're not fully healthy. Their receiver corps is does Jawan Jennings and Ricky Parasol, those guys really scare me? No. I think another guy that does scare me on their offense is George Kittle, who can open up the middle of the field. But again, the most versatile offensive weapon you've got to guard is Christian McCaffrey. And if we can execute, we can protect Bryce like we did against Atlanta, run the ball efficiently, keep McCaffrey contained, I think an upset is possible. And I think we do get the upset Monday Night Football prime time.
Wow. Clay has his Carolina Panthers beating the San Francisco 49ers. Berto, let's go down to you. Who are you taking?
I'm going to agree with Clay, man. I think the Carolina Panthers have an absolute shot at upsetting the San Francisco 49ers. But the second half of the Carolina Panthers team has to show up in order to get that done. And I think they can get it done. Look, he hit on so many great pointers about San Francisco. It's, shut down CMC. Then what is this San Francisco team all about? They don't have the playmakers on the outside right now. George Kittle, like you mentioned, is still a great tight end, but he's not he's a shell of himself. Let's be honest, man. He's a great blocking tight end, but he's no longer that receiving threat he was from a few years back. Brock Purdy has been he was just a game manager, and that one did throw for 3 TDs. But I think that Carolina can put enough pressure on Brock Purdy to force him into mistakes and come out victorious at the end. So I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers on this one, man.
Alberta's
also going to go Carolina Panthers. 2 back-to-back Panther picks here. TJ, where are you going to go?
Man, I got the 49ers in this game. I don't trust the Carolina Panthers. I mean, look, man, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. They will come out one week looking like, oh, snap, man. What's going on, man? Them boys about to turn the corner. And then the next week, get the doors blew off them. And I just think that the 49ers, regardless of what they bring to the table, they just a better football team. They got better coaches. And as long as Kyle Shanahan is the coach, I don't care if they're down. I don't care if they're dealing with injuries. I don't care if they missing some guys. I've seen this guy go out there with a bunch of scrubs and beat the Rams. So the name of the game is very, very simple. They're going to try to neutralize Rico Dowdle, and they're going to try to get Bryce Young to beat him. Bryce Young was able to beat the Falcons, which that seems like the only team that he can beat consistently. Crazy. I got the 49ers, and I don't even think it's going to be close. Sorry, Clay. I don't. I do not.
Well, let's go ahead and let's wrap up this game, and let's get James' picks.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the 49ers in this one. I think that whenever I look at, the matchup here, I do agree with Clay. It is an intriguing matchup, but the combination of McCaffrey and Brian Robinson Jr., I think is going to be a lot for Evero to handle. I think that, this can be a big game for George Kittle. I'm going to push back a little bit on what Berto was saying in terms of him not being a threat. In the receiving game, he had 6 catches for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. So,
who cares?
I know, right? Like, stats are stats. It's just numbers. It's just stats.
Stats are for losers.
Who cares? So like I just think that they have a little bit too much more offensive firepower here. I think Brock Purdy's going to have himself a pretty big day. Maybe it's going to be a big day for like Kendrick Bourne, something like that. I don't know. I just feel like this offense is going to click for San Francisco on the defensive side. I think Robert Saleh is going to absolutely send a force after Bryce Young. Bryce Huff's still out there doing some good work. They've got some other pieces out there that I think that, Robert Saleh is just going to absolutely try and make life miserable for Bryce Young. And I just don't necessarily think Young is going to handle the pressure. We talked about consistency being a big issue for him. I think it's going to rear its ugly head again in this matchup. So let me get the San Francisco 49ers in this game.
And James is also going to take the San Francisco 49ers. Let us know your guys' thoughts about this game in the comment section below. But let's transition on into the game of the week here for the NFC South. That is the Falcons. That is the Saints. I don't know, man. This is starting to feel like a pretty even matchup that maybe earlier on in the season we wouldn't have thought it would be. But let's go ahead and let's start off with you, Berto. What do you think?
Hi, DJ. Hi, Saints Nation. It's hate week, ladies and gentlemen. One of the better rivalries in the NFL to date. But 2 teams that are playing like one another, they're just playing the same style of football. 2 teams that can't get shit going in the right direction. The Atlanta Falcons, definitely such a different team since that Buffalo Bill victory on Monday Night Football in October, the last time that we had a victory. And now the Saints, obviously with Tyler Shook, they seem to be balancing out. And we play them coming off a bye. Got so much time to prepare for this failing Falcons team, man. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to call this one, man. I'm going to still go with my Falcons because that's just what we do, man. We try to rise up, man, at all points of the time of the year. But, yeah, give me Atlanta, man. Give me Atlanta. I don't even know what the fuck to say, man. This is so disappointing, man.
Just give Bert to Atlanta.
We out. Give me fucking Atlanta. That's it, man. Atlanta. I'm not even going to go into it. TJ, go ahead, bro.
TJ, how can the Saints win this game?
Man, look, the Saints got to win this game because they got to be resilient in certain areas. I think a couple weeks ago, Tyler Shook, he showed some patience and some poise in the pocket. Look, the Falcons, they can get after the quarterback. And I think that this is a game where we're going to really see is Tyler Shuck evolving in front of us. You know, I mean, he had a really good game once again against Carolina. But, I mean, this is one of the best pass rush in the NFL right now. I mean, they got ways to get into the quarterback. So if he can go out there and he can make some plays, I think that there will be more questions about Tyler Shuck that will be answered. Look, the Saints are going to have to just, have a balanced attack. They're going to have to run the football. They're going to have to be able to get those positive yards. They're going to have to be able to set up the play action. And also, Tyler Shuck is probably going to have to make some plays with his legs as well. Defensively, they're going to have to neutralize Bijan Robinson. No disrespect to Kirk Cousins, but he is back there in the pocket. You already know what's going to happen there. But I mean, look, I've seen Kirk Cousins play against the New Orleans Saints and put up, astronomical numbers. So I will never look past Kirk Cousins as a quarterback. But I just think that
you being too nice with that one.
I think the New Orleans Saints are going to win this football game. It's going to be a very close game. I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all. I think that both teams are probably going to bring their defenses. And, regardless of what the record is, Berto alluded to it, these teams don't like each other. And it's about bragging rights. I graduated from Jackson State University. Our biggest rival was Alcorn State University. It didn't matter what the record was. Didn't matter if you were playing for the championship. We wanted to beat one another on the football field, plain and simple. So I got the Saints winning the football game. Kellen Moore, I mean, he better win this football game. I'm telling you, look, ain't nobody saying too much about Kellen. But if you don't beat them Falcons, man, I'm telling you, all hell gonna break loose. So I got the Saints.
Bro, remember last year when Darren Rizzi came in as an interim head coach? And the Saints played inspired the way that they did and beat Atlanta. Brother, that's exactly how I feel this game can turn out, man. And you're facing a Kirk Cousins, man, that, like you said, is statuesque at the back end. You guys on defense like to blitz a good little bit of the time. So it's not a good showing for Atlanta, man. Whose offensive line has been failing too.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Actually, I think because of the back end. That's the reason why I feel like Kirk Cousins has an advantage, because you got young, inexperienced corners out there. You got Kool-Aid McKinstry, rookie Quincy Riley, Yernis Cinco, rookie. And then you also have Justin Reed out there as well. He's the veteran, but, I mean, these guys are still trying to figure out what it takes to be pros. So that can be an advantage for Kirk Cousins in this Atlanta Falcons
we might not have Drake, right? And so our receiving core is Casey Washington, who hasn't done anything this year. We have a half a receiver in Darnell Mooney, who's playing through all the injuries in the world right now. He's still recovering from that broken collar. He had a rib injury on Sunday. And really, there's no third receiver that is David Sills. Who's caught two passes this year. And so we're very limited. Very, very limited. It could be
let's go on up to you, James. Who are you taking in this game?
Keep it on the 4 box, Colby, for a moment. Because to Berto's point, is it really a great rivalry if both teams suck? I don't know about all that.
It really don't matter.
No, I know. I just wanted to get that jig at Berto. That's the only reason.
I know. You're turning it to Kobe.
Secondly, I love the last moment we just had here where Berto's like, "No, TJ, you don't understand. Our team sucks more." And then TJ's like, "No, our team sucks more. You don't get it." That was wild.
Who would have thought?
let me go ahead and get the New Orleans Saints in this one. I think that they're just a team that is playing a bit more inspired. It seems like their coaching staff is figuring it out more. They're a little bit healthier. Tyler Shuck seems to be figuring it out. Kirk Cousins is going to be out there at quarterback. Chris Olave, big fan of his. And, the defensive side of things, I think that they will be able to get after Kirk Cousins a good bit. I think Chase Young might have himself a good game. Here's a bold prediction. I think that not only are the Saints going to win this game, but Raheem Morris will be fired after this game. So there's my bold prediction there. And who's the Ulbrich? Ulbrich will be promoted to interim head coach. That's my prediction.
Oh man,
back-to-back years, huh?
I was about to say that back-to-back years.
I remember that happened like a year or two ago. I think it was like Steve Wilkes or something, where he was like the interim head coach like 2 years in a row or something.
For Robert Saleh with the Jets.
Yeah,
maybe, yeah. So
he was in a head coach for us after we fired Matt Rule.
Yeah. So that's my prediction.
Well, let's go head on over to you, Clay. Wrap us up today. Who are you taking?
Yeah, give me the Saints in this one. I think that Tyler Shook is still developing, but I think he's been, after what I saw.
I hate his glasses. His glasses are ridiculous.
Yeah, you can suck it. Anyways, Tyler Shook is still,
bro.
Tyler Shook is still developing. I think that he does get rattled under pressure, but what I saw, what he did against Carolina, he has the arm talent. He has the tools to do it. The New Orleans also offensively, they were able to stop us defensively. Like their front, even though with the injuries and the guys they've moved on from, they were able to still stop us from getting after Tyler Shook. I think what they're going to do, though, more, I think the Saints are going to do more, is they're going to lean on Alvin Kamara to help Tyler Shook in this game. I think from the Atlanta standpoint, you're going to have to protect Kirk Cousins because he looks like an absolute statue back there. He looks like he's scared to get hit, just like Andy Dalton was against the Buffalo Bills a few weeks ago. You saw it. I think that Atlanta's going to have to lean on the two backs, and I think you're going to really have to lean on Bijan and Tyler Algier to take this game, really control the time of possession if you want to get a win here. But I just think the Saints at home, I'm going to give them the edge, so give me the Saints to win this game.
Wow. So everybody's taking the Saints other than you, Bert. So that's a little bit sad, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and let's finish up these super chats before we log off. Let's see. Where did we leave off? I want to say we left off.
Man, this is
we
wild.
left off here. Yeah, we did.
One watching.
You know, it's all love,
likes.
Berto. We just keeping it a bean. What the? That's a little keeping it a bean.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it a bean.
Get your lingo up, Kobe.
bro. Get your lingo
up, man. What's happening, man?
I feel like there's better things we could, you know. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna just leave it there. You know, whatever y'all do in your free time, that is up to you guys, man. I'm not here to hate on no one. All love. But I ain't worried about the Rams. Fire the cannons. Oh, I ain't worried about the Rams. Well, then that's funny because we have another comment that comes in right after. $2 donation from Mr. King. Rams by 50. Anyways, go Bucks.
The super chats giveth, the super chats taketh away.
That's true. $10 donation here says FTF, but objectively, I think the Saints Falcons game will look a lot like Week 8 Saints Bucks game, except the Saints offense will show up. And how do you say this guy's name again? Shook. So it said Shook, but it's spelled Shao. So that's crazy.
Shook.
TJ, how long did it take you to like master his name?
Didn't take me long.
Did you know it when you saw it, or did you have to look up like, how do I say this guy's name real quick?
Well, I mean, look, when I went to the combine, you know, I mean, he was out there throwing, and I mean, unfortunately, he had one of the most horrendous throws I've ever seen at a combine. So everybody, you know, got his name right that day. You know,
that's true. Yeah. But up with Shuck, and it will be a close Saints victory.
What the fuck was that?
That was me trying to figure out what exactly I was saying there for a second. A close Saints victory. That's me stalling to be like, all right, let me get back on track here real quick. And then Zoe, my favorite fan, your favorite fan, comes in here with the $2 donation and says, Falcons versus Saints is the toilet bowl.
Boy, it's amazing that energy how it changed, boy. Let this would have happened around week 2, and we talking about this game in week 12. Y'all don't have a chance. Now it's the toilet bowl, man.
You know what's funny? Hey, you know what's funny, fellas? I was just checking my YouTube comments over here. So all these people that were calling me a fake fan, they're commenting on my channel now, saying, "Oh, good work." Clay
can't let it go. Clay's already beaten the allegations. He can't let it go.
I just gotta call people out when I see it.
Clay's getting a little pressed. That's all right. That's all right. Well, guys, look, that's going to wrap it up for today's show. As always, we appreciate you guys for watching. Let us know your thoughts on Week 11. And, of course, let us know what you're expecting to happen in Week 12. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to the NFC South Roundtable so that you get notified every single time we post a video, every single time that we go live, so that you guys get notified and you can join the discussion. You never want to miss out on the ability to join the discussion. Of course, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. It supports us here tremendously. Follow these guys' individual channels, links in the description box below. But until next time, my name is Colby Cochran, host here of the NFC South Roundtable, a show brought to you by Roundtable Sports. We will see you live next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Real coverage, real fans.
Sleeper. Use the promo code RTS and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. And I want to kick this parlay this week over on to Berto and over on to TJ for the big in-division matchup that we have here for week 12.
That's
Berto,
right.
let's start off with you. What do you think about Bijan Robinson over or under 82.5 rushing yards?
If it's the first quarter, give me. If it's the first half, give it to me. If it's the second half, I want no part of this business. But go, to the question, give me the over.
Give you the over? All right, I like it. Now, Kirk Cousins, we know he's going to be playing in this game at the quarterback position. What do you think about 218 passing yards, over or under?
Under.
Oh, okay. Just straight up under. Oh, I'm not a big fan of Kirk Cousins there, are you?
That squirt gun of an arm that he has. He has a hard time making passes to these receivers. He passes the ball and goes right to their feet. Man, this guy doesn't have an arm anymore.
Maybe you'll see Minnesota version. Maybe he'll come out, right? Never know. Berto, stay positive.
I don't know, man. I'll try.
There we go. I like it. Let's go over to TJ. TJ, what do you think about Chris Olave over or under 57.5 receiving yards?
I'm gonna say over. I say over 57 yards. I mean, Tyler Shuck, the way that he feeds them the football, and also the that you no longer have Rashid Shaheed as a down the field threat. Now he serves that role. So I say over.
What do you think about Alvin Kamara? Do you have him over or under 55.5 rushing yards?
I got him under. I think last week that was kind of an outlier. So yeah, I'm gonna say under. He hasn't really performed the way that he normally does throughout the season. So I'm gonna say under.
Absolutely. Well, guys, make sure you guys follow our parlay over on the Sleeper app. Link in the description box below.